What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to install a suicide shifter with a Nexus 3-speed and a little bit of custom work. Let's go. Alright guys, we're going to be doing a Nexus 3-speed today. I'm going to show you what you're going to need to do to get this to work. We're going to mount a post right here that we're going to have to fabricate ourselves. And once we get that on, I'll show you how to put the cables through, and I'm not going to really get into the mechanics of the Nexus, but you guys will get the idea of what to do. So over here, I want to show you, I just used a piece of an old handlebar. All you need is some 7/8 tubing. Your length's really going to depend on where you want the shifter to be. So I'm going to have the shifter here, just because sticking it out here doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So I'm going to stick it here. That way all you got to do is reach underneath your seat and you can be able to shift that way. All right. So here's just some of your parts here. You get yourself a shifter cover. Lawless Bicycles is where you get those from. I'll put a link in the description for these. Also, if you don't want to do a weld-on style like this, he does make a bolt-on version, and I'll also put that in the description for you. You're going to need this is the actual shifter from the Nexus. There is a rubber piece that goes on here that I removed. This piece goes all the way down to the back wheel, and that's where you're going to bolt that up. And then, like I said, you just need some 7/8 tubing. You don't really need to know, it doesn't matter the thickness on that. So I'm going to get that coped, and then we'll get it welded onto the bike over there, and we'll be back. Alright guys, so you can see here, I've got the shifter connected. I just bolted it to this so that I kind of would know where I'm going to be. There's your shifter cover. It's got a small Allen key at the bottom, is what locks that into place. I have to get my Allen key for that. But as you can see, it goes over it. It's perfect fit on there. I mean, they do an amazing job with these, so they bolt right on. Comes right off, but you'll tighten it down. A little tip for you is always have these ready to go when you're ready to mount these. Put them in second gear. Second gear is going to be the easiest way to adjust where you want that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tack weld this to the frame, get it where I want to, figure out how tall the shifter needs to be to where it's going to sit on the seat. So, all right, let's go. All right, so here we go. I have the shifter where I want it. I'm going to run the cable up and around and under. This will sit right in this vicinity. My main concern is making sure that I can shift and that nothing's in the way. May even sit on the bike just to make sure, because you don't want to have the shifter like hitting you in the leg while you're pedaling. So making sure that it's where you want it. You can see it's right there. Shift away. Perfect. Alright guys, I'm going to lay a couple quick tacks on here just to get it where I want it. Now normally you're going to have your entire cable. Mine's already shortened because of where I used it before. So I am just going to tack here. There we go, just to give it so I know right where I want it. I like it right there. You've got complete shifting. And this is movable, so if I want it to come out more, I can do so. You can also see from the side, I will turn that up in there. It'll bolt here, and I'll be able to play around with how I want this and where I want it to be and all that fun stuff. All right. Hey guys, real quick, if you could, go ahead and like and subscribe real fast while you're waiting, and follow me, do all that stuff. I'm on Instagram at Seabert Customs, so hit me up on there. It helps out a lot. I have shirts, hats, you guys can email me. Don't have a website yet, but I'm working on it. All right, let's get back to it. All right, so the post is all welded on, and again, if you're not familiar with a welder or don't have a welder, Lawless Bicycles does make a bolt-on application for this. It would basically bolt on to somewhere in your back legs so that you can do this exact same thing. I'm going to wait for that to cool down, and then I can install the shifter and get it all set up. So we'll be doing that in a second. Okay, so here you can see when we install the shifter, we want that post to be flush mounted there, okay? Here I'm going to kind of figure out where I want to run the cable, because of course you don't want it running into your chain. So we will come over here. And what I'll do is, once I figure out a spot that I like it, which will be there, it just so happens that I'm pretty dead on with where I need to be, I'm going to throw a quick wire tie on here. There's plenty of ways you guys can do this if you want to run it inside your frame, if you want to get fancy and all that. I'm not doing all that, but I just want to put that there so that I know exactly where I want to run this. And then we're going to push this here. Looks like I'm going to need to do some adjustments as far as what gear I'm in. Okay, I'm going to open this up because this is how it bolts down to the frame. This will let me know where we're at. Don't forget this little pen here. Without it, it doesn't shift. So always make sure that's on there. We are really close to second. So there'll probably have to be some adjustments made. But we'll get this on here. Once this is tightened, and then I'll know where I want to run this part here. So I'll run that up. I like to tuck stuff away, so we'll run that under there. And then just clip off your excess. And we'll do the same here. Alright, so you do have a little bit of adjustment on here in order to get where you want it to be. As you can see the line there, you want that yellow, get it the best I can, sorry. You want that yellow to be in the middle. That's your second gear. And that's the same way you want it to be here. And that way you know you're also in second gear. That's why I said it's a good idea to start that. So real quick, it's just an Allen key to tighten this down here. And that's what keeps this in place. Like I said, you may have some adjustments. Usually when you're starting out with this here, it's made to go up to your handlebars. So this cable is going to be super long, which you just trim from the inside. Here is your shifter. And again, you can see it has an Allen key on the bottom. And I'm going to put it here. Actually, I'll move it a little bit more centered so it is in second gear. And he does have quite a few different shifters too. I went with this shifter just because it does have these holes in here, and it matched with the theme of the tank and headlight bracket and whatnot. So get this on there, tighten that Allen key, get it snug. You don't need to go crazy with it. It doesn't need to bust through the plastic, but here you go. You get it first, second, third. And you can see now it has a suicide shifter, and we'll check it out and we'll watch my shifter there. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure again, like and subscribe. And I'm going to put a link in the description from all the parts that I used, plus some of the other stuff that you can use. The site's great. The guy has all kinds of stuff, from triple trees to shifters to whatever you need. So hit him up, Lawless Bicycles, and I'm out. Till next time.